The Ethics Committee releases its report on Matt Gaetz. Congress is the world's most powerful nursing home. And what is wrong with New York City? It's a city that never sleeps because it has night terrors. That and more on this week's America Uncovered headlines. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell, and happy holidays, everyone. I hope you had a chance to relax, spend time with your loved ones, and list all of your grievances, as is the Festivus tradition. Just like Donald Trump, who posted a long, two-part Christmas Day rant on Truth Social, where he implied the U.S. should take possession of the Panama Canal and Greenland, that Canada should become the 51st state, and passively-aggressively wished a Merry Christmas to radical left lunatics and listed out how they're ruining America. You know, William Shakespeare once wrote that brevity is the soul of wit. But he also wrote it in Hamlet, which is a 4-hour play, so thanks for keeping it to just 2 posts, I guess? Speaking of interesting reads, the House Ethics Committee released its report on Matt Gaetz. In it, they accused the former congressman of regularly paying for sex while in office, including with a 17-year-old girl. Man, the regularly feels extra vindictive, like they're implying paying was the only way he could get it. The report also accused Gaetz of buying drugs, such as cocaine, and obstructing Congress, although the latter is less of a surprise since it feels like that's what members of Congress do. Now, this report wasn't going to be released, as Gaetz is no longer a member of Congress, but at least one Republican joined all 5 Democrats on the panel in voting to release the findings, because the American people have a right to know. Or more likely because Gaetz didn't make any friends while in Congress, that he didn't pay for, allegedly.
And I'll give you the truth why I'm not Speaker. It's because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old.
I'm surprised McCarthy isn't winded from taking such a rigorous victory lap. Now, Gaetz defended himself on X, saying this was a smear job dropped right before Christmas so he couldn't defend himself in a courtroom, and showed testimony from one of the alleged prostitutes saying she didn't ask for payment and it was just given to her. And one of Gaetz' few defenders, Marjorie Taylor Greene, said should Gaetz' ethics report be released, she would make sure that ethics reports on all members of Congress be released involving their sexual improprieties. No, don't, please. I already put on enough weight over the holidays without all the popcorn I'd need to eat watching this unfold. I'd love to see all of the sleazy representatives, regardless of political party, get exposed. If they had any decency, they'd expose themselves. Wait, no, not like that. So it seems like the committee chose to break with tradition and release this report for someone who's no longer in Congress just because they don't like him. This decision feels so immature, Gaetz might try to date it, allegedly. President-elect Donald Trump says he wants to designate Mexican cartels as terrorists and that he will institute extra measures to combat them and other illegal immigrant gangs.
The DEA, the FBI, the intelligence community, and financial sanctions to remove the migrant gangs and criminals that are killing and raping and maiming our citizens. We're going to get them out.
It's wild seeing Trump wield crime enforcement organizations to take on criminals, when for the past few years, they were wielded to try and take him on as a criminal. Speaking of people designated as a terrorist, Luigi Manion. Manion pleaded not guilty to murder and terrorism charges in his first New York court appearance over the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. But, more importantly, when Manion went to court, what was he wearing? Besides that winning smile that makes so many people say the only thing he's responsible for killing is the game. Manion and his lawyer wore matching outfits. Now, while some found this odd, it really wasn't that surprising. I mean, Luigis are known for wearing matching outfits with those they associate with. Manion's attorney protested the treatment of her client, saying it would interfere with him receiving a fair trial. Specifically, she referenced his perp walk, which included a massive law enforcement entourage and even New York City Mayor Eric Adams for some reason. It's like they're trying to make him look cool. If this crime happened in September, everyone would have been Luigi for Halloween instead of the Joker. Adams explained why he attended the perp walk.
I wanted to send a strong message with the police commissioner that we're leading from the front. I'm not going to just allow him to come into our city. I wanted to look him in the eye and stated that you carried out this terrorist act in my city, the city that the people of New York love, and I wanted to be there to show the symbolism of that.
Right? Because in this country, people are guilty until proven innocent. Or is it the other way around? I always get those mixed up. Also, great message and symbolism, Mayor. Nobody is going to ruin New York City, except for me. An OpenAI whistleblower, an engineer who helped train ChatGPT and claimed the system violated copyright law, has died as a result of what's being called a suicide. He was being considered as a witness against the company. This is reminiscent of Boeing whistleblower John Barnett, who also reportedly took his own life before testifying against the company. Boy, something about being a whistleblower at a powerful company sure seems to make people depressed. Almost as depressed as Jeffrey Epstein was. Rest in peace to these people who totally, definitely, 100% took themselves out. And I sure hope they never release the list of Epstein associates who visited his island. I already put on enough weight over the holidays without all the popcorn I'd need to eat watching that unfold too. And after the break, the New York subway fire murder. Welcome back. New York Governor Kathy Hochul posted on X that thanks to actions she took to make subways safer, crime is going down and ridership is going up. In a completely unrelated story that happened immediately after this that doesn't contradict this or make Hochul look ridiculous in any way, a man was charged with murder after setting a woman on fire on a New York subway. Yep, I just can't wait to ride the New York subway again. Nothing to worry about at all, so long as you're not flammable. The whole attack was caught on camera. Footage went viral of the woman on fire and a police officer walking by and not helping her while awaiting backup. Maybe all the police were too busy attending the Luigi perp walk. The victim was identified on X as Amelia Carter. However, a community note pointed out that this was false information and the image of her was AI generated. Man, AI is pretty shady. It'd be great if someone from within that industry could come forward and tell the public what's going on with it. The true identity of the woman is still pending. She was motionless and possibly asleep at the time of the attack, and some theorize she may have been homeless. The suspect in the killing was an illegal immigrant who was deported from the U.S. in 2018 but found his way back in. I'm sure Eric Adams will attend this perp walk to say the same message as he did with Luigi Manion, right? I mean, surely he cares just as much about a New York citizen being set on fire by an illegal immigrant as he does a CEO being shot, right? Right? Many drew comparisons between this incident and Daniel Penny putting Jordan Neely into a chokehold on a New York subway. Penny was put on trial for murder and smeared in the media, and although he was ultimately acquitted, many fear Good Samaritans will only get punished for trying to help. That's why no one helped this woman. Also, between Penny and Mangione, New York is seeing a renaissance of alleged murderers with strong jawlines and curly hair. But hey, at least Kathy Hochul says the subways are much safer now. But it seems like cognitive decline is actually pretty common with American politicians. Texas Congresswoman Kay Granger, who is 81 years young, has been discovered living in an assisted living facility in the memory care unit. People started wondering where she was after not casting a vote since July. Now, she apparently denies she's in memory care, but it doesn't really make people feel much better when the best case scenario is, don't worry, I don't have Alzheimer's. I've just literally been living in an old folks' home and haven't been able to do my job for 6 months. Thanks for voting for me. This is the latest in a depressingly long string of incidents highlighting America's leaders' age and drawing into question their mental and physical fitness. According to interviews conducted by the Wall Street Journal, White House aides hid Biden's mental decline from the first day of his presidency. What? That's impossible. I've been covering Biden's presidency since the moment of his inauguration, and he's been as sharp as a jelly bean. If anything, those aides should be fired, because if their job was to cover his decline, they did about as well as I was going to foot. Then there's Nancy Pelosi, who's recovering after falling and breaking her hip. I'm just grateful that none of her stocks fell. Boy, she always makes such lucky guesses. And then there's Mitch McConnell, who also suffered injuries after a fall. Although I guess him falling means he was moving, which is better than freezing again, I guess. This fall was particularly devastating for McConnell because he couldn't flip himself back over. It appears we need much, much younger representatives in every branch of government. Just not so young that Matt Gaetz will pay to hang out with them, allegedly. And if you haven't already, check out our new premium website at americauncovered.tv. There's a lot of great exclusive stuff you can only get on the website, and you'll be helping me continue to get the truth out about all the most important breaking news. Episodes like this wouldn't be possible without your support. More info is in the description below, so head over to AmericaUncovered.tv and become one of our first premium subscribers. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thank you for watching America Uncovered.